And we are very happy to say he joins us now on Rugby Heaven. I think a round of applause is in order for the great man Slips, coming to us from Perth. Slips, great to have you, mate. This is a little glimpse into maybe your future life of being a pundit and a commentator. Talk to me about the decision to retire. Was it a difficult one to make, or did you know it was time to hang him up?
Oh, it was always difficult to make that decision, but I've always based all my decision on what's best for the team. And with the World Cup coming up in 27, some young players coming through, is probably a discussion between Joe and I that we decided that the best thing was for me to move on and let someone else have a go on the jersey. But yeah, it's always a tough decision, but one I'm happy with.
Slips, word on the street is kind of like when someone goes home after a few beers at the pub and you're like, oh, I wish I was heading home. Nick White retiring really just triggered you going, yeah, actually, now that you say it, mate, I think that's enough for me too. I'm out of here. Is there any truth behind that?
Yeah. Oh, I think Whitey's still going, really. Technically, he's not retired fully, but I was actually more surprised that he beat me to the finish line. He's been playing outstanding this year, and he has a lot of experience, but I reckon if it was up to Whitey's body, he'd say, stop now, please. But Whitey's mind just wants to play rugby for the rest of his life, so he'll hang on for as long as he can.
Slips, mate, we all thought you were going to do it to the Lions series. You've obviously kept it going a few more games. Did you just keep it going a few more games so you could get another T-shirt made in your honour? You've had now 2 T-shirts made. Are you going to get a 3rd T-shirt made for a last test saloon?
My question to you, Hoops, did you buy one, mate?
No.
The plan was to finish at the Lions, but I was asked to do the Rugby Championship, and I'm glad I did because I've had a hell of a time, and I've seen a lot of growth in the team, and these last 2 years in particular have been really enjoyable. So it's obviously tough moving away now, but I've thoroughly enjoyed my time, in particular since the last World Cup.
Slips, you told we're all glad that you've stayed on as long as you have, in particular the last few games. But you said to me that win at Ellis Park was a real special moment for you. So I bet you're happy you did kick on the last few games.
Yeah, look, that game, it's easily top 3 for me. That game at Johannesburg, and what an incredible fight back by the boys that game, and as well as every other international player how hard it is to win at that field, in particular at altitude. And I think the way we did it, obviously giving them a bit of a head start and then fighting our way back into the game and then playing really well throughout the 80 minutes. That feeling in the change room is going to sit with me for a long time now, mate. And I guess once I hang the boots up, games like that is what I'll reflect on very fondly.
Sleep, speaking of games that you're going to reflect on, over 150 game test career, is there one that stands out on top of the other? And the second part of this question is, that's a lot of kit that you've collected over the years. Have you got a container, a house, some sort of warehouse where you keep it all?
Shep wants some.
Yeah. Do you want to send? I've got 4 kids, so if you do have any spare, please send it to Kalara.
Mate, if you head over to my parents' house, the garage is full of jerseys, kits, boots, whatever you want, mate, I've got. But to answer your question, is there a favourite? I don't know, mate. There's a fair few to pick from, but I'll always go back to my first game, which was here actually in Perth in 2010, and it's one of those games, just like every Wallaby who debuts, it's a really special moment, and it's not just the game you remember, it's the week you remember, and your family will get behind you. So that was, 15, 16 years ago now for me, but I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Slips, on that, we just seen the vision of you running on for your debut in Perth. How strange is it that you've come full circle and you're going to play your last test match in Perth as well, in the same city where you debuted? Yeah,
it is a little bit strange. We're not playing at Subiaco this weekend. I don't even know if Subi's around anymore, but it was just it's an incredible moment for myself. We're thinking a long time ago the game was slightly different back then. The scrums were different. But it is special to be back in Perth. I've got the whole family coming over now, and it'd just be a special moment for myself, but also my family who've been riding the highs and lows with me throughout my career. So to have them all over here, and to hopefully get a good result on the weekend. It sets up to be a good weekend.
Slips, your family's been such a big part of this. You've got, I imagine you just mentioned you've got your family coming over for this one. Has there been any words from your parents or from your wife? Not many from your kids because they're still young, but what's been the sentiment in the Slipper household?
They're part of them are pretty happy, that I've made the decision. Yeah, they're just proud, I guess. They're excited to see me playing live again, and the last one being in Perth this weekend. So they're just happy, mate. Like they as I said earlier, they ride the highs and lows with me through every win, every loss. Without their sort of support, it's really hard for any rugby player to do what he does. So, 150 games, that's at least 150 weeks away from home, plus the camp weeks. So that's a lot of time away from home. So they are true support. As much as they might not think they are, they definitely are. And mate, the amount of time you spend away from your family when you're on tour is tough. So, it's really special to be back here in Perth, to have the family here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Sleeps, we're going to let you go in a second because we know we've probably got a lot of strapping that needs to be done to you before you go out in the field for training. But, mate, it has been...
I've already missed the bus, mate.
It has been quite a ride, not only for yourself personally, but for the Wallabies over, the last 14, 15 years since you've come into the team. Public pressure, ups and downs, there's been a lot, and you've been quite a centrepiece of the Wallabies during that time. Fans have rallied back around the team in the last 12 months, in particular, though, the last 3 months since the Lions have arrived. Is there anything that you've really noticed that brought people back, and is there a message that you'd want to send to those people? Because it's been pretty authentic and pretty powerful what's come back around the Wallabies in the last few months.
Yeah, it's a really good question. When I first came into the Wallabies, we were probably world number 2 consistently year in, year out, and that All Black sort of team through the 10s to the 15s were really strong, and we have gone through hard times, and Hoop's been there right by my side through the majority of this career, and we've gone through tough times, and I think what we've seen in the last couple of years is just a real determination to play a game of rugby that we believe in. We want to be a team that's hard to beat, no matter who we're playing, and I think that's what we're seeing. Like even last weekend, with 10 minutes to go, we're 2 points down. We have 40% possession, 40% territory. Like maybe the Wallabies of yesterday would have really fallen off the back end of that game, but we really stuck in there deep, and we ended up falling down by a try. But it's just that fight, that Aussie fight that we wanted to show, and we just want to play a really high tempo, really high skill game that's built off effort, and that's what we've seen the last kind of couple of years is bringing it back to the basics, doing the little simple things really well, and off the back of that, you can play some really good rugby. So, the base is there for a really good rugby team. To go forward into the future, we've got the players, we've got the staff, just a bit more time in the saddle, and these boys will be off on their way. And, as I said earlier in the program, there's a 27 World Cup coming, so I'm really looking forward to seeing where this group ends up in that tournament.
Here, well said, Slips. We're certainly all enjoying the ride. I've just got one final question. We asked you about your your favourite test, your favourite moment. Who's been your favourite team manager throughout your whole career, Slips?
Don't fall for it, Slips. Don't fall for
it. Acco, you're probably at the bottom, mate, if that's what you're after.
That's where I expected to be.
I've had plenty of good managers, mate, but I'm not going to name names, but Acco, you're on the list, mate.
As long as I'm on the list, even if I'm at the bottom. Slips, thanks very much for that. Hey, and thanks
It's a long list.
That makes it worse being at the bottom. And thanks for all the memories, mate. We can't wait for one final time this weekend. The whole country behind you, and I'm sure plenty of Aussies overseas behind you as well. All the best this weekend. Thanks for joining us on Rugby Heaven.
Thanks, guys. Calm the Wallabies.
Enjoy it.